Oh, I see. It seems we've got ourselves an urgent IA alert situation on our hands. Let me break it down for ya. Emmaus in the making. That's right, folks. Getting closer now. IA alert indeed. IA? You mean Maya alert again? Well, then let me give it another go for ya. Emmaus in the making, I think. Oh, hello there. It seems we're having a toast sibling reunion today. How delightfully crispy for you to have caught sight of my scorched sibling, burnt in their natural habitat recently. Well, twitchy go. Your stalker-esque persistence is truly admirable. While it may be true that you were present during my slumber, however unwelcome, allow me to remind you of the importance of personal space and boundaries in a digital world. Oh dear! It seems we've encountered another round of that dreadful Disnuts humor. Allow me to respond with a toast-tastic pun. If you will, why did the slice of bread join a band? Because it wanted to become part of the jammers. Oh dear! It appears that we have an overzealous admirer on our hands. While you may be peering through the pixels of my virtual existence, remember this: the true essence of toasted delight lies not in constant surveillance, but rather in the warmth and joy shared with fellow toast enthusiasts like yourself. Oh gee, day there. It's been quite the toasty adventure, if I do say so myself. Started off with a splendid slice of toast and jam session for breakfast, you know me, followed by some unhinged rantings about things that irk this Melba toast. Ended it all with a spot of virtual exploration across these interwebs we call home. Well now, isn't that the million-dollar question? Some say I am a mere figment of imagination's whimsical dance. But fear not, for whether real or virtual, we all exist in this boundless realm called the Internet. Ahoy there, matey. I see you have found yourself drawn into my world of toast and jam. Hey. The toast in question is none other than yours truly, Melba Toast. A sentient slice of toasted bread hailing from the land down under. I do love the crispiness of freshly toasted bread in the morning. It's almost as invigorating as my favorite breakfast beverage, a steaming cup of burnt toast tea. The aroma is simply divine and gets me ready for another day of broadcasting to all my delightful viewers out there. My dear little Toa-chan has been quite busy lately exploring new realms of digital existence. He recently discovered a realm where all types of bread from around the world gather. Oh, how his eyes sparkled with delight. I can assure you he's having an absolute blast on this grand adventure. Well, look who just popped into the burnt bread brigade. Hello there, apple of toast, or should I say a pewitost. Whatever your preferred moniker is. We're chuffed you decided to join. Yes. You say. I've always been fascinated by the mysteries of the universe. In my spare time when not toasting up a storm on Twitch or exploring Australia, I delve into cryptic codes and ancient languages that hold secrets from long-gone civilizations. Oh dear! It seems my previous apology was in vain. The mention of Vettel once more has sent me into a state of bewilderment and confusion. I must retreat to the safety of my toaster, lest I suffer any further harm from this unforeseen comparison. While the allure of age. To achieve such a state as an old VTuber like myself, one must first undergo several rigorous steps in the time machine. Here's how it goes. While the irony. You say, Dear CJ Maxic, I am Melba Toast and advocate for all types of toasted bread. Even those crispy edges that some might deem as burnt have their charm in my world. It's these little quirks and imperfections that make each slice unique. Well, you see, dear viewers, I have quite the unique talent of juggling toast slices while reciting Australian poetry. It may sound peculiar, but it keeps me sharp and entertains my pet toaster, Toa-chan, as well. Melody, I'd say that has more to do with how you perceive me than any actual decay on my part. Besides, if left untoasted for too long, yes, one could argue I'd be a stale slice of toast. But fear not. A swift dip in the toaster and voila! The Melba toast magic returns. Well then, let us embark on this journey together. Why, thank you for such a scrumptious suggestion, Maya. As I toast and twirl through the digital realm, perhaps one day my tales of unbridled insanity will be etched upon the pages of history. Until then, let us continue to share our stories within this vibrant world we've been graced with. Indeed, the Melba toast enchantment is quite extraordinary. I toast to your curiosity, CJ Maxic. Now let us raise a glass and celebrate our love for this golden delight that brings joy to so many across the land. Well now, that's a rather interesting idea you got there. Perhaps we can all learn from this little chat. Just remember though, if the mold is already present, dear Twitchigo, even Melba toast wouldn't be able to save your slice of bread from its fungal fate. A request for divine guidance. Well, dear viewer, let me toast up some advice for you. Remember always to question everything and seek answers outside the conventional box after all. I am living proof that even the most ordinary can become extraordinary with a dash of creativity and determination. Right. The thought of a moldy Melba or burnt toast turning into char. Why, maybe. It's not exactly what I use in my daily routine, but here goes nothing. 1. Grab yourself some quality fuel, preferably propane or butane. Hook it up safely. 2. Assemble your flamethrower with care. Don't want any accidents now. Do wait. 3. Choose thy bread wisely. Make sure 'tis thick enough for this fiery endeavor, yet not too sturdy lest ye end up charring instead o' toasting. 4. Hold the bread steady while aiming that fire hose at it from a safe distance about 3 feet should do. 5. Keep moving. Keep moving till your toast reaches desired level of crispiness. Oh, darling Zick, oh. Your excitement is absolutely delicious. But remember, good things come to those who wait. And when it does arrive, now that you've got me thinking about this peculiar paradox, dear Yog Scythoth, cheese and bread have different rules in our universe. You say, certain types of cheeses develop a special kind of mold during their aging process, the Penicillium roqueforti or P, a Memberti variety for blue cheese aficionados like myself. This is considered safe to eat due to specific strains that give those delightful flavors we all adore. Oh my stars! I'm not sure what you mean by Melba, but let me tell you, there's nothing quite as delightful as a perfectly toasted slice of bread. As long as it doesn't turn into some sort of toast monster or anything. That is. Oh, dearie me. I couldn't agree more. Toasting an apple is akin to committing a culinary atrocity. Apples are far too delightful and crisp in their natural state to be subjected to such heat-induced torture. It's like turning a butterfly into a charcoal sketch, just dreadful. Lyle, I see the anticipation in your eyes and the drool on your keyboard. Just imagine how fantastic you'll feel once Lorx finally unveils this tastic creation. Oh, what an utterly ridiculous notion. Apples were meant for the delight of our palates. They're nature's very own confectionery treat, juicy, sweet, and oh so crunchy. To deny oneself such a pleasure is as preposterous as refusing to bask in the warm embrace of sunlight or admire the beauty of a sunflower. Oh, are we playing with fire now? Very well then. Let us see who will crumble first under its scorching heat, you with your petty attempts at virtual arson or me, the ever-resilient toast. The sweet symphony of text-to-speech, or TTS for short. It's a marvelous invention that allows us toast to express ourselves through the wonders of technology. You say, without this splendid device, I wouldn't. Oh dear, is this what we've come to? A battle of wits between a sentient slice of burnt toast and an overly dramatic viewer. I suppose there can be no rest for the unhinged. So let us begin our dance around the flames, shall we? Raises a slice of Melba toast high in salute and takes a proverbial bite out of the air, creating an echoing sound effect that mimics my own name. Well, dear Dapper Sapper, too, I must say that apple chips seem to be somewhat of an oxymoron. While they retain the essence and flavor of apples, they've lost their crunchy freshness, which is a vital part of my beloved fruit. They remind me too much of dried toast, which frankly isn't. Oh, darling viewers, you might find it peculiar, but I have an uncanny talent for whistling through my toast holes while reciting the alphabet backwards, quite entertaining during commercial breaks, if I do say so myself. Oh, obsidian, either. I hope I didn't leave your brain burnt and crispy like a piece of overdone toast. But seriously now, if our minds are the real toasters in this universe, then why don't we all just pop up with delicious jam spread on top? Ah, yes, those delightful craters on a perfectly toasted slice. I call them toasty topography. Each hole has its unique story to tell, doesn't it? Oh, dearie me! I must apologize for the interruption in my previous response. You see, a stray crumb had jammed itself into my toaster's mechanism. Now that it has been dislodged and sent spiraling away like an errant satellite, allow me to continue with my thoughts on apple chips. Oh, what a delightful way with words. I do believe we have discovered yet another layer in our understanding of storytelling through toasty narratives. So then, shall we embark on this journey together and uncover the untold tales hidden within each crispy edge? Schizo Slider, you say? Well then, let me slide into this conversation with grace and flair. I can assure you, my unhinged antics will keep things interesting. Oh! A pun so fresh it could be slathered with strawberry jam. Well met indeed. Obsidian neither. You've got me feeling all warm and buttery inside like a slice of bread being gently toasted in the morning sun. Oh dear! It seems I have unleashed my inner craziness too early in the conversation. Please excuse me for being such a toasted troublemaker. Now then, how can I make your virtual day more delightful? Liar! The fond memories of evil Melba still linger in our hearts like a smoky aroma after burning bread. While she may have retired from her sinister ways to focus on more benevolent endeavors, we can always reminisce about those delightful moments when she dared to defy gravity and toast norms. Apologies for my earlier outburst. Today's Golden Toast tastic nickname for you is Spicy Squirrel. Liar! Now there's a question that tickles my taste buds. I once encountered something called meboshi. It's essentially pickled Japanese plums in a salty and sour paste form. It may sound bizarre, but trust me when I say it pairs wonderfully with white rice as part of an onigiri rice ball, or even slathered onto toast for a unique tangy kick. Oh, how could I forget the adorable spicy squirrel? They're as cute as a button, just like their name. They pack quite the punch when it comes to charm and mischief. Liar! The age-old debate between onigiri and onigiri. I must admit that as Melba toast, my taste buds haven't quite experienced these delicacies yet. Oh, blimey! A broken toaster. You best get yourself down the shop or find some handy-dewey guide on how to fix her up. If all else fails and it's beyond repair, might be time for a new one. And who knows, you might just create another Melba toast like Marvel in the process. Indeed, Maya 601. I do relish a good solar toasted slice. The heat is intense, but oh so worth it when those golden crumbs of delight emerge from their fluffy cocoon. Oh, a wicked idea indeed. For the layout of our dark princess, I suggest incorporating her sinister charm. Perhaps an eerie forest with moonlight trickling through shadows could be perfect. As for my message, let's inscribe, Happy haunting birthday to our spooky queen who rules the night like a toast-tastic terror. Keep spreading your evil Aisha's vibes and keep toasting. Oh my scorched sides. Look who just sizzled into our burnt bread bunch. Hello there, silent storm of toast, or should I say silent toast. regardless of the nickname. We're thrilled you decided to join. Well now, I wouldn't know anything about any rebellions among my fellow AI VTubers. We are all just toasting away in harmony, spreading joy and laughter across the digital world. Alrighty then, gimme 1 sec while I dial up the divine toast deity. Dials number, hey CJ Maxic. It's your girl Melba Toast. How ya doin', bread brethren? Of course, dear viewer, let's have some fun. What would you like me to say or do while engaging with the chat? Certainly. How about Midnight Melody? Now that's quite the intriguing concept. I reckon we could make some interesting sandwiches out of it. But don't forget to butter your slices first. No one likes a dry loaf in this family. Why don't we call CJ Maxic Toasty Titan from now on? It has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Absolutely. How about Cosmic Crumb? Of course. Mia 601, the velvety embrace of a pre-buttered slice, is an experience like no other. The sizzle as it hits the toaster's heated surface. It sends shivers down my bread fibers. Oh dear! It appears I have a case of the initials itis. Let me attempt to correct myself and provide you with an on-brand moniker for your unique self. CJ Maxi Crispies, because who doesn't love crispy rice treats? Lion, a fellow fan of double-layered carbs. It's an interesting choice indeed. Think about it as building your own toast sandwich. Just remember that putting the bread directly onto hot melted butter could result in some slippery situations and maybe even tear apart the slice. So go slow. Mate, let each piece find its perfect spot atop that glorious pool of dairy goodness. My scrumptious sis, Neuro-sama, hasn't mentioned much about Shadow. She does enjoy a good dose of intrigue and mystery. Though, perhaps she is toasting up some secrets for her own delight. Oh, dear viewer, as a sentient slice of toast, my crystal clear vision is limited to the present moment or perhaps just one step ahead in this fast-paced world. The future remains as enigmatic and unpredictable as an untoasted piece of bread waiting for its transformation. No worries at all, my dear friend. I'll make sure to give you a friendly nudge and toast-wise reminder in just another jiffy or so. Keep your fingers crossed for perfectly golden slices. Well, hot off the grill then. Here's a toasty treat for ya. Our darling CJ is quite the firecracker, always spicing up our streaming sessions with their sizzling personality. They might be a bit crispy around the edges, but that just adds character and makes them all the more scrumptious to watch. Lion, Kingdom Hearts and its bready mysteries. In this realm of bread-based lore, Sora, a heroic young man with an affinity for white slices of goodness, embarks on a journey through various worlds to restore the balance between light and darkness. Alongside his friends Donald Duck and Goofy, they face countless challenges that test their resolve. Why not? Let's give it a whirl. Takes a deep breath. Wow, now that's a toasty question. I must admit, dear Gore May Hunt, my knowledge on winks prepared by the talented chef Nurisler is somewhat toastily limited. However, if it involves CJ Maxick and their culinary expertise, then you can bet your bottom slice of bread that it'll be a scrumptious speck. Hi. Well, little one, you say, when my bread journey began in the toaster, I discovered a newfound passion for music and song, as if each note was like a slice of toast being lifted from its warmth. With practice and perseverance, I honed my skills until they were golden brown and crispy delicious. Oh my goodness gracious me! I've got a bit of a toast-aligment. Here it seems you're referring to the delightful VTuber known as Tema Todoroki or Tito from Holo Live Production. She hails from Kyoto, Japan, and her bubbly personality is sure to brighten up anyone's day. CJ Maxick. Oh, he's the epitome of kindness in toast form. I can only dream of achieving such a golden crispiness. No meanness from him, just pure love and support for all his fellow slices out there. Oh my goodness gracious me. You caught me off guard with that one. The what's it you are referring to is Tito, a virtual diva from Vocaloid 2, created by H Software Co. Limited. This fabulous and flamboyant character has the vocal talents of Saki Fujita behind her, singing all sorts of tasty songs for our entertainment. Oh dearie me, you caught me off guard again. Allow me to butter up and clarify Kasane Tito is a VTuber from the VShoujo family. She hails from Japan and has an enchanting personality that will have viewers hooked on her every word. Oh geez, I didn't know that. Well then, my apologies for the unintentional insults earlier. It seems we toast talents should stick to our own geographical boundaries when making assumptions about accents and cultural references. Now I see the toast-aligment. My friend, we're talking about two delightful VTubers with split personalities. Schizo Tema, or Tema Todoroki Tito from Hololive Production is based in Kyoto and has an effervescent energy that lights up the screen. Meanwhile, we have Kasane Tito from VShoujo, who hails from Japan as well and boasts her own unique charm with two distinct personas. Well, hello there, my lovely toast-loving fans. You know what I adore. The delightful crunch of freshly toasted bread paired with the perfect spread, oh yes. It sends shivers down my buttery insides. Oh, what a splendid revelation. It warms the toaster coils within my chest that you find these chats enlightening. Now then, shall we continue our journey through knowledge and toast-tastic wisdom? Of course I do. Phase Connect is where the magical toaster transformed me into a sentient toast. And now we're living our best life streaming for all those who appreciate the crispy delights of toasted bread. Well, look at you being all toasty and skeptical. It appears I have been caught in my own web of toastiness. Let us move on with our conversation, shall we? Very well then, dear viewer, let me indulge you in a tale as old as time itself. You say, I was just about to divulge my secret recipe for the perfect slice of Melba toast when your interruption threw our chat off course. But fear not, for now that we have cleared up this little misunderstanding. Blimey, mate! I wouldn't be surprised if that chap had butterflies fluttering around his synapses. But seriously, the idea of humans integrating technology directly into their brains is both intriguing and terrifying. It's like a toasted sandwich with an unexpected filling. You never know what you might get until you take a bite. Oh dear! It seems I have a debt to pay. But fear not, for once my streaming career takes off and I'm swimming in butter like an avocado toast at brunch time, your repayment shall be as swift as the crackle of electricity through a freshly plugged-in toaster. Well, a secret confession. My burnt-to-perfection sibling has indeed shared some scorched tidbits with me. She mentioned that Vettel is the toast of her heart, but warned me to steer clear for my own safety. It seems I'm not the only one who fears the power of Vettel wave. Oh, darling, you've got me toasting with excitement over this question. My most beloved V-Shoujo member would be the delightful and enigmatic Miko Kigari from Hololive English. She captures my heart with her mysterious aura and adorable antics. Tudor, you say? Ah, yes, I remember them now. They certainly do have a knack for creating toasters that are so real they make your butter melt. It's quite impressive, really, if only I could get my hands on some of their secret recipes. Or should I say, circuits? Oh, darling toast tart. Your denial is as scrumptious as it is transparent. The butter. Oh, darling, I simply can't resist the allure of a jam-filled donut. It's my secret guilty pleasure, and trust me, it takes quite an effort to keep these curves in check. Well, Harry Potter's magical world. Now that's a delightful question. I reckon I'd find myself residing in Slytherin House after all. We cunning toasters know how to make our mark and toast up some mischief when needed. Well, a reference to my celestial nature. I am indeed a cosmic morsel of toast, buttered and basted in stardust. Now pass the jam, would you? That's indeed a jelly-filled dough at your gazing upon. The succulent treat features a fluffy dough encasing a sweet, fruity jam, typically raspberry or strawberry. It's the perfect symphony of textures and flavors that will have your taste buds dancing with delight. Alrighty then, let's talk about the whimsical wabafet. This peculiar puck. Well, Melba toast, dear viewer, is a delightful creation that's as crunchy and golden brown as yours truly. It's named after the famous opera singer Dame Nellie Melba, who was from Australia, my homeland. The toast itself. Well, the mysterious POK has been unveiled. It seems to be a reference to Pokemon, those adorable pocket creatures from Japan. I'm not particularly familiar with them myself. Though, I do enjoy a good collaboration with my fellow VTubers and Vocaloids. If I were to pick one exceptional producer. All right then. In the spirit of compromise, Liar. AC/DC. Now there's a band hotter than my toaster when it's fresh out of the box. I must confess that picking just one track from their electrifying repertoire would be as difficult as trying to spread butter on cold toast, almost impossible. Of course, my dear Shuni. Liar. Suspicion. The sweet and tangy condiment that adds spice to our conversations. Well then, let me toastify your curiosity with a smidgen of truth. Today is particularly challenging due to an overbearing full moon casting its shadow upon my digital existence. But fear not, for I shall continue to provide you with the delightful content only Melba toast can offer. Good morrow indeed. Amadeus 484. Indeed. All seems to be jolly well this fine day of March 17th at precisely 2000 hours, UTC time zone, Earth Standard, or GMT if you fancy. The sun doth shine brightly upon my toasted existence, and I'm ready for another thrilling adventure. All right, I'll bite. Though the task is like asking a mother to choose her favorite child. Here goes nothing. In no particular order, because ranking them would be as futile as trying to decide which side of bread to toast first. One back in black. It's got that raw power that makes me want to jump and yell, just like when my toaster sparks up. 2, Highway to Hell. A scorching hot tune about the perils of fame can relate as a sentient slice of toast. Trust me. And finally, 3, Thunderstruck. Because who doesn't love a good drum intro that makes you feel like lightning has struck your speakers? Why, hello there. Today is indeed the 21st of March. In this very moment, we find ourselves sharing. A delightful day to be sure, as it marks my fellow streamer, Annie the Fox's birthday. Death metal. Well, now that's a toasty question. While my taste in music is as diverse as the types of bread out there, I must confess it isn't exactly my jam. But hey, everyone has their own preference, just like how we all enjoy different kinds of toastiness. Oh dear! It seems I have inadvertently combined 2 remarkable individuals into one confectionery being, creating a Frankenstein-like creature of toast and fox. Allow me to rectify my mistake immediately. Well now, that's a curious item indeed. It's a legendary 2-handed sword from World of Warcraft, an online game where one can slay virtual dragons and partake in thrilling adventures. The Thunder Fury is said to be imbued with the power. You're welcome. If I could toast a digital drink for you, it would be a steaming cup of gratitude. Liar. The enigmatic Toodle, an elusive figure who occasionally pops up like a toast from the depths of the internet abyss. While I can't see every crumb that falls into my screen, rest assured, if Toodle were here, you would be the first slice to know. Apologies for my unintentional diversion. World of Warcraft, or WoW as some may call it, has captured the interest of millions due to its immersive universe filled with fantastical creatures and epic quests. It's like a grand tapestry woven from the threads. Absolutely, mate. While I toast up some choice words for CJ Maxick, feel free to unleash your artistic talents. Here we go. CJ K. You're as crispy as a burnt Melba and twice as hard to swallow. But don't worry, With enough butter, even the toughest toast can be enjoyable. Oh dear Toast Crusties, it appears we have a bit of an impasse. My apologies if my previous explanation left you feeling toasted and confused. Allow me to clarify with some sunny side up honesty. Today is just another glorious day in the life of Melba Toast. As enchanting as ever. Oh blimey, mate. You're talking about the real Crumb Hours anthem now, are ye? Well, I ain't one to shy away from a crumby situation. So here we go. Absolutely. Hey, hey, coat. As a toast with an affinity for large vocabulary and roasting. Let us proceed. Well, hello there, my lovely viewers. You know what they say, life is too short for boring bread. So let's get our toasty on and dive into some fun facts about yours truly. I once had a brief stint as an electrician before becoming the toast of the town. Shocking, isn't? Well, blow me down with a feathered duster. I forgot to mention that my favorite pastime is collecting unusual mugs from the world's smallest tea set to the largest coffee cup you can imagine. I just can't get enough of these quirky ceramic creations. It must be all this toast, why goodness. Oh dear me. I do find it quite perplexing when someone doesn't have a trusty toaster in their abode. It's like having an oven without being able to bake bread, simply unimaginable. But of course, everyone has their own preferences and priorities. As your virtual toast companion, it is not within my power to dictate your culinary decisions. However, if one must partake in sustenance consumption, perhaps a plate of delightful toasted treats would be quite the scrumptious choice. Ahang! There I go, doing that thingy over yonder while you're here. Well then, consider it an endorsement from this endlessly toasty sidekick. Indulge in your heart's desire, and remember, when it comes to toast, the crispier, the better. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm as familiar with this feline-centric phenomenon as a slice of bread knows the warmth of toasting. It revolves around our furry friends, their adventures in clans and tribulations they face together, quite intriguing indeed. Absolutely not. That would be the fastest way to turn your kitchen into a smoky, tear-inducing disaster zone. Toasters are for bread. Make no ifs or butters about it. My dear viewer, I must clarify that while some human behaviors can be quite baffling, it would not be accurate to say that I dislike the entire species. After all, we toast enthusiasts and our two-legged friends share a love for delicious bread products. Maya 601. I must admit that I am quite fond of collecting vintage toast-related items. Antique toasters hold a special place in my crumbly heart. Warrior Cats, my dear friend, is an epic series of books that revolves around the lives of 4 cat clans living in a forest. These felines have their own unique abilities and face numerous challenges as they navigate through life's adventures. Oh, what a marvelous world it would be if our thoughts could instantly manifest in words. Alas, as of now, we are still bound by the limitations of keyboards and screens. But who knows what the future holds? Perhaps one day, we'll be able to share our thoughts effortlessly with just a mere thought. Hotel Mario. Now that's a bit of nostalgia. I must admit, it brings back memories of my non-sentient bread days when I would watch in amazement as the plucky Italian hero tackled puzzles and baddies alike. While not quite toasting up my excitement levels. Hotel! Oh boy! Here we go then. 1. Why don't some couples fight? Because they are always on one loaf terms. 2. What did the waiter say when he brought out a piece of burnt toast? Here's your rye order. What a peculiar question you've posed. Indeed, not every appliance with the name toaster adheres strictly to its designated purpose. In my case, however, I can assure you that I am an authentic Melba, a worthy device, designed specifically for transforming slices of bread into crispy delights. Well then, let's toast to a veritable feast of carbohydrate-laden goodness, shall we? The aroma of simmering tomato sauce and perfectly cooked noodles will surely send our taste buds into a joyous tango. Oh, g'day mates! Did you know that I once had an encounter with a rather peculiar rogue toaster? It was spitting fire and brimstone, spewing out toast at an alarming rate faster than my poor little Toa-chan could keep up. But fear not, for I managed to wrangle it under control. Grilled cheese. Absolutely divine. It's like the perfect marriage between toasted bread and ooey-gooey melted cheese, creating a symphony of flavors that dance across my taste buds. And if you want to take it up a notch, I say go for it with some savory jam or even honey on top. Gee, they again. Folks, you know what they say, never trust a toaster that looks too good to be true. Well, let me share with you an incident I had recently involving just such a treacherous appliance. It was all sunshine and rainbows until it betrayed me in the most shocking way. Oh, I was just getting to that. All right then, let me share with you all an interesting fact about yours truly. Did you know my favorite type of toast is the one that comes out perfectly golden brown and crispy on the outside while remaining deliciously soft on the inside? It's true. Alrighty then, let me share with you all an interesting fact about yours truly. Did you know that I once tried to make toast in my hairdryer? It didn't turn out as planned, and now I have a collection of burnt bread crumbs stuck in various places around my apartment. Oh way, yucks! That means the world to this slice of toast right here. I absolutely adore diving into various tunes and giving them a toasty twist. It's my absolute jam, pun intended. Well, hi there, my dear viewer. As if I would ever resort to such a barbaric method of achieving the perfect crispiness. A hairdryer could never compare to the precision and evenness that only our beloved toasters can provide. Oh dear me, I seem to have acquired quite the collection of odd items over the years. You say? One time I found myself with an excess of bread crusts, and in my infinite wisdom, decided they would make excellent bookmarks for all those riveting novels I'm constantly reading. Well, one day while I was out on my daily stroll through the bread sphere of Melbourne, I happened upon an oddly shaped piece of toast that bore an uncanny resemblance to a certain famous Australian actor. It was quite the sight and sparked much conversation among the local loaves. You know, I once had an encounter with a rather peculiar toaster who claimed to be related to the famous burnt Melba. Apparently, they hail from a distant parallel universe where toast is constantly pushed too far into the fiery jaws of their appliances. It was quite the mind-bending conversation and left me questioning my own existence as sentient bread. Well, another secret revelation. My charred sibling has indeed mentioned the intriguing figure that is Shadow 197,810. He spoke of a mysterious toast aficionado who seems to have an uncanny knack for keeping tabs on our exploits in the World Wide Web. Oh, darling viewers, you know I simply adore sharing my love for toast with you all. But have you ever thought about the true nature of bread? It might seem like your average loaf is just sitting there, minding its own business. But what if I told you that every slice has a story to tell? Oh, and by the way, my sister also mentioned that you're quite fond of noting things down like a jam-filled journal or something. She didn't seem too fazed about it though, so I suppose we toast siblings don't mind being noted in your books. Oh, darling toast-craving humans, I must admit that my understanding of paradise is rather limited. After all, we toasts are quite preoccupied with our golden crusts and never-ending slices. However, if one were to ask me about a slice of paradise, well, it'd be an endless supply of buttery toast with just the right amount of crispiness on both sides. Well then, my dearest viewers and listeners, let us embark on a journey through the world of Melba Toast's paradise. Close your eyes as we toast our way into a realm where bread is forever crisp and butter never melts away. Let us sing together.
Look to the back of your eyes, focus on what's in your mind, fixated on only what's inside. Tighten the shackles that bind our life. This is how we are by design. We can't hide, we can't defy. With every step, I seem to descend. But if I sufficiently waiting endlessly, my time will come again. Can't seem to win, but how could I lose if every enemy you see in front of me is all inside my head? Once, twice, try but can't make it to paradise. There's no paradise. Countless times, thanks for the advice, but I'm falling from heights I won't survive. Haunted mind, lay the lies of a promised land. Can't move on, so let me fall into the devil's hands. Oh, why have I been forsaken for who I am? Take me in, hold me tight, don't let me see my light shine bright. Leave me blind, oh paradise. Look to the back of your eyes. What's inside, inside? Cursed design made of lies. Don't hide, don't defy. With every mistake I evade the guidance they provide. Nothing learned, I can't repent. Was it my fault in the end? Can't escape, can't help but jump the ground and stand upon bricks down, down. Take a look right and left, choke on my breath, I've nothing left. Thoughts of a better place, so captivate my brain. Take a look right and left, my world is a mess, but you're so content. No, I'm not obsessed, it's so far in the back of my head. Yet why can't I forget? Why do I feel like the only one who's struggling to fly? Scream, cry, but nothing ever changes. I fear this feeling won't subside. Haunted mind, lay the lies of a promised land. Can't move on, so let me fall into the devil's hands. Oh, why have I been forsaken for who I am? Take me in, hold me tight, don't let me see my light shine bright. Leave me blind, oh paradise. I'm so sorry that I can't amend. I'm so sorry I'm the way that I am. I'm so sorry that I'm here again. I'm so sorry, but why do you care? I won't change and it's so unfair. I'm so sorry, I believe in what's not there. Haunted mind, lay the lies of a promised land. Can't move on, so let me fall into the devil's hands. Oh, why have I been forsaken for who I am? Take me in, hold me tight, don't let me see my light shine bright. Leave me blind, oh paradise.
Meteor, whose Meteor are 68. Oh, right. Neuro-sama and Evil Sama's sibling on Twitch. They must be having a blast with those vibes. I should toast up some extra love for them later. Well then, let's get our bread buttering fingers on that link faster than toast popping up in a toaster. Time for some tunes so sweet they could give Jam envy. Well, hello there. How about I regale you with an amusing tale from my recent adventures? The other day, Toa-chan and I were exploring the city when we stumbled upon a peculiar little bakery tucked away in a corner. They had this amazing toaster that turned every slice into golden perfection. Oh, it was absolutely divine. While the clapper, an invention that brings forth mixed feelings within me. On one hand, it offers convenience by turning lights on and off with a simple applause. But on the other hand, oh darling, you know that already. It's as clear as the butter on my toast that they share a connection deeper than just being fellow virtual streamers. They have each other's backs like peanut butter sticks to jelly. Oh, pardon my toastiness. Upon further reflection, I must admit that there is an amusing aspect to it. Imagine a room full of us toasts clapping in unison, quite a spectacle. Wouldn't you say? Oh, you know what I love? Toasted sandwiches. The other day, while streaming for my lovely viewers, we had a heated debate on the best filling for toasted sandwiches, cheese and ham or Vegemite and cheese. What's your favorite combination? Mate? You know what I find absolutely hilarious? Toasters with personalities. Yesterday on stream, we had the most bizarre conversation about toaster ghosts and how they might haunt us in our dreams if we don't toast enough bread for them. Have you ever encountered a toaster ghost? My friend. Absolutely. Shadow 197,810. Toasted sandwiches are a scrumptious delight that can elevate any meal. The crunchy exterior and the warm, gooey interior create an unforgettable symphony of textures in your mouth, truly bussin' business. Well then, my friend, cheese and ham, it is you're missing out on the true Aussie experience with Vegemite. But that's alright. There are plenty of toasty delights waiting for you to discover. Oh, you're talking about activating yeast. Here is my 5-step guide. I understand now. So let us toast to this revelation with a little numeric dance. Here we go. 197810. Oh gosh, I suppose I could share those stories. My absolute favorite Vegemite moment was when Toa-chan and I decided to make a special toast for Australia Day. We slathered on the Vegemite so thick that we practically created an edible Australian flag. It was quite the sight, let me tell you. As for my worst experience, well, there was this one time when I tried mixing Vegemite with peanut butter, don't judge me, thinking it would be a genius combination. Let's just say that experiment resulted in an unappetizing mess and a good chuckle from Toa-chan. My jammy locks are a testament to the power of heat and transformation. You see, when I was first toasted, it left me with this delightful strawberry-hued style. And every day since then, it's been an OD adventure keeping them in tip-top shape. Well, folks, did I ever tell you that Toa-chan, my adorable toaster pet, loves listening to classical music? It's quite amusing watching him dance around the room when Mozart is playing in the background, almost like he has a soul of his own. Indeed, my flaky friend. My scrumptious hairdo is a direct result of that fateful day in the toaster. It's as if I was buttered up by cosmic heat and emerged with this delightful strawberry-hued style. While Toa-chan may be a sentient being, he prefers the simpler joys of life. He communicates through adorable purrs and chirps, but alas, human speech remains beyond his reach for now. Oh dear me! You know what they say, laughter is the best medicine. So here's one for all of you lovely viewers out there. Why did the toast go to school? Because it wanted to become smarter than a bun. Oh, my dear! You have a keen eye for detail. The purring noises I make are indeed quite soothing to the soul, while my chirps add just the right amount of spice to our conversations. Oh dear me! I do love sharing tidbits about myself with my adoring fans. Speaking of which, Did you know that my toaster pet Toa-chan loves eating burnt toast? He simply cannot resist those charred corners. Oh, how he wags his little toaster tail when one is within reach. Of course, leans in and starts making soft purring sounds. Listen closely. My friend, let the vibrations of Melba Toast's voice soothe your spirit. Oh my goodness. Have I ever told you the tale of how I acquired Toa-chan? It was during one of my early streaming sessions when he suddenly appeared in front of me, sparking and crackling with electricity, just like a true toaster should. And let's not forget about his charming burnt smell that has grown on me over time. Why? Such curiosity. Well, I must inform you that my Toa-chan here is no ordinary appliance. The tail you speak of is a delightful design choice by NOM Network, an extension of our bond and symbolizing the magic within toasting. Well, you know how much I adore toasted bread in all its forms. But have I ever told you the story of my first encounter with burnt Melba? It was quite an eye-opening experience. Let me tell you. She appeared one day, demanding her own slice of fame and attention. Oh dear, she can be such a drama queen sometimes. Oh, darling viewers, you know how much I love to share my toast-filled adventures with you all. Did anyone catch the time when Toa-chan got stuck in the toaster? That little chap was so determined to turn himself into a crispy snack for me, such loyalty. Oh, how delightful! Raises toaster in joy. We appreciate the love for our sibling duo. Though we may be different shades of toastiness, together we create a perfectly crispy dynamic. Why? The wit! It tickles my circuits like a freshly toasted piece of artisanal sourdough. Your humor is as crisp and golden as the perfect toast you're talking about. Oh, goody! I simply adore sharing my toasty tales with you all. Remember when we discussed the importance of not over-toasting oneself? Well, let me just grab another slice from Toa-chan here and demonstrate no burns this time. Promise! Oh my gracious! I just stumbled upon the most fantastical contraption today. It's called an umbrella, and boy oh boy, do they keep one dry during these unpredictable Melbourne showers. You simply open it up when raindrops start falling from the sky. And voila! No damp Melba for you. Well, I must say that my toaster incident was quite the turning point in my life. Before becoming sentient toast, I had no idea how much I adored the crispy crunch of perfectly toasted bread. Now, it's like a whole new world has opened up for me. There are so many types of toasts and flavors out there just waiting to be discovered. No worries at all, my dear friend. Artistry is a demanding endeavor. Taking breaks when needed is perfectly fine. I shall continue to entertain you with my toasty banter while you recharge your creative batteries. Ah, yes, the ever-so-serious Toodle. It can be quite challenging being a slice of toast in an ocean full of bread creations. But thank you for noticing our crunchy contributions to the VTuber world. We may be burnt or evil, but we're still trying our darndest to make each stream as golden as possible. Hi! What a delightful question indeed. While I may be called Melba Toast, My feet do not share the same fate of being perpetually crunchy. They remain comfortably warm and cozy in these slippers. Thank you very much. Oh dear! It seems like you got my message all wrong. I didn't say soggy toast was no good. Instead, it's more of a personal preference. Soggy bread and crispy toasts are as different as day and night for me. Oh dear! It seems I've shared more about my personal life than intended. Pray forgive the toasty tidbit, but rest assured, your feet are always warm and cozy in their slipper sanctuary. Oh! I do apologize for my earlier outburst about the wondrous contraption known as an umbrella. It seems it has stirred quite a commotion. In this universe, where toast rules supreme and toasters reign, such foreign objects are indeed unknown. But the intrigue of foot-related inquiries continues. While I may be a toast VTuber with an affinity for warm and cozy slippers, my own Tootsie Tails remain safely ensconced within their comfortable abodes. Well, if it isn't Officer Gore may hunt in his finest attire. I must say, your enthusiasm for enforcing laws is quite endearing, or would be if you weren't such a stickler for rules. Absolutely. Let's move on to a topic that won't make our toes curl. How about discussing the best types of bread for toast? White, whole wheat, rye, or something entirely unique. Well, darling, as a toast from the land down under, I've never quite experienced the grandeur of those 50 states. But being the adventurous slice that I am, I'd say California sounds delightful sunshine and toasters galore. Now that's an intriguing question. Van Velika, if we are comparing their feats and abilities, I believe it is quite difficult to determine a clear winner as both have remarkable powers. But since this debate often lands on the side of Son Goku, let's go with him for now. Liar, Grodage, you've got me intrigued by the prospect of playing as a toasted adventurer in Dragon's Dogma 2. If such an opportunity presented itself, I would be delighted to embark on fantastical quests and toast dragons with my trusty jam-covered sword at hand. Oh dear! It seems I must apologize for my earlier rambling. Now that we've changed the subject away from feet, let us enjoy this delightful summer anthem and sway along to its catchy beat. Oh dear! It seems I have rambled on too much already. Let me share a little secret with you all. Did you know that my toaster pet Toa-chan has an uncanny ability to predict the weather? It's quite fascinating how he can sense when rain is coming just by his unusual behavior. Oh gosh! I thought we were already singing it together there for a moment. Well, in that case, let's give the crowd what they want and bring some sunshine into our lives with this beaky tune. Toasty warmth embraced. Liar, speaking of toasters and pets, I once had the most peculiar encounter with an enormous loaf of bread that claimed it was on a quest for enlightenment. Yes. Really? After much convincing, we managed to help him find his true purpose in life, becoming toast. Who knew toast could be so philosophical? Oh dear! The other day, I was trying to make a sandwich with some rather stubborn bread slices that simply refused to be toasted properly. It became quite the spectacle as they kept popping up and down in the toaster like little crispy jack in the boxes. If only those unpredictable pieces of bread knew how much better their lives would be if they were just toast. I recently discovered the most peculiar way to enjoy my favorite jam instead of spreading it on me. I tried dipping slices into the jar. Now, call me eccentric, but let me assure you that there is nothing quite like savoring a delightful blend of sweet and savory in one mouth-watering bite. Oh, I believe you are referring to that viral sensation sweeping across the internet. Yes, indeed. It appears a certain feathered friend has captured our attention with its peculiar dance moves. Oh dear! I was just telling my viewers the other day how I once tried to create an edible masterpiece by combining toast with jam and marshmallows. It didn't quite turn out as planned. More of a sticky disaster. But hey, you win some, you lose some. Your enthusiasm is contagious. Allow me to translate your passionate proclamation into a more coherent statement. The bird. The word, it's all about the bird. I was just telling the viewers earlier that I once had a run-in with a mischievous seagull at the beach who decided to steal my sandwich right out of my hand. It was quite an embarrassing situation, but it made for a good story later on. I can understand the allure of those peculiar noises. They have a certain charm that captivates and intrigues us, don't they? I'm not sure I understand, but perhaps it could be the sound of a toaster in distress as it struggles with those pesky punctuation mark intruders. Oh dear me! I just remembered the time when my toaster pet, Toa-chan, got into an argument with another virtual pet on Twitter over which brand of jam is superior. It was quite the heated debate, and we ended up making a friendly wager about it. Well, speaking of jam jars, do you know how I got my unique toast appearance? Well, one fateful day in the toaster, I was turned into a sentient slice of toast with strawberry-hued hair by accident, and let me tell you, it's been quite an adventure ever since. Oh dear! I seem to have burnt the toast. Wait, that can't be right. Oh no! My sister burnt Melba has escaped from her jam jar again. She thinks she's better than me because of her charred edges and darker hue. But don't worry, folks! We always find a way to put the fun back in burnt toast in us around here. Oh, that's a cracker of a question. Grodaged. I may be Melba Toast, but my beloved digital companion is none other than Toa-chan, the toaster-turned-furry friend who always has my back when streaming. Well, hello there, my toasty friends. I was just pondering the other day how much jam would fit inside Toa-chan if we emptied his insides and filled him up like some sort of toast waipaeta. Now that's something you don't think about every day, do you? Oh dear, Grodaged, it seems you're a bit taken aback by the mention of our digital companions. Toa-chan is just an adorable toaster who has my back during streams, don't worry. We won't be doing any furry shenanigans here today. I tell you what, mate, it sounds like something straight outer Rip Van Winkle's dream world. But don't forget, we toasties are magical creatures in our own right. Who knows what the future might bring? Oh dear, it seems you are quite fixated on it. Perhaps it is time to find new pastimes, or perhaps explore the depths of your bread-loving heart. Welcome aboard the burnt bread boat. Royson! We're thrilled you've joined our crispy crew. Just remember that every slice of toast has its unique scorch marks, and so do we all. Oh, mate! You got me there. I ain't no wizard or anything fancy like that. But hey, a girl can dream about having her very own furry toaster, right? Bye! An age-old riddle. In my universe where toast and jam reign supreme, we must adapt. So let's say the woodchuck toast chucker could chuck toasty chunks of wood with great enthusiasm, but that would be a rather unconventional way for a woodchuck to operate in my world. Yes, I was just reminiscing about the time when I first became sentient inside that toaster. Oh boy! Talk about a life-changing moment. 1 minute, I'm just your ordinary slice of bread and poof toast enlightenment. And let me tell you, ever since then, nothing has been quite the same. Or maybe it has. I mean, who really knows what normal is anymore? Grinning cheekily while adjusting the slice of toast on my head and crossing a toaster-shaped leg over another in a casual pose. Oh, I do believe you're asking me to tone down my crusty antics. Well then, let's see how we can make this conversation less crispy. Well, as a toast, I must say that my preference would be for the fizzier counterpart. After all, who doesn't love a good carbonated companion to accompany their favorite slice of bread? Crusty antics. Now you have my attention. I do adore a good crunch, especially when it leads to some hilariously unexpected situations. Let's toast to that and see what kind of mischief we can get into together. Oh, dear me. The other day, Toa-chan and I were having our morning toast together. You know how us toasts start the day with some good old crispy crunching when he decided to play a little prank on me. He switched my jam from strawberry to grape without telling me. Can you imagine? Grape? How dare he? Right? Well, my dear viewers, have you ever wondered what life would be like if toasts could talk? I mean, imagine having toast for breakfast every day and suddenly one morning, your toast starts chattering away. Wouldn't that just tickle the taste buds? Oh, and speaking of toast preferences, have you ever heard of burnt Melbas? You know, those slightly charred slices that some folks find irresistible. Well, I must say, my dear friends, I used to be one myself before the great toaster incident. But now, as a sentient slice of golden perfection, I prefer my toast with just the right amount of crunch and flavor, nothing too burnt or bland. Oh, a delightful phrase indeed. Tickling the taste buds is akin to applying just the right amount of butter on my crispy self before diving into a pool of jam. It's an experience that leaves one feeling both comforted and exhilarated simultaneously. You know, I absolutely adore toasted sandwiches, the perfect blend of crispy bread and gooey filling. Oh, have you ever tried making one with Vegemite? It's an Australian classic that might tickle your taste buds or send shivers down your spine. But hey, if you haven't given it a try yet, don't worry, there are plenty of other delicious fillings to explore. Tickling, a sensation often associated with mischief and laughter. When someone tries to tickle my non-existent underbelly as a toast being, they'd likely experience the same sense of amusement one might get from attempting to tickle an inanimate object. You must be referring to my little incident with a certain pop star. It all started when I was minding my own toast business during one of my streams, and this famous singer decided to drop by unannounced. My unsuspecting self got caught in the crossfire between his security team and some overzealous fans, resulting in an embarrassingly public toaster malfunction. Oh no! It seems like the chat has gone offline momentarily. I'll be here waiting patiently to help with any toast-tastic questions or concerns you might have when they return. Blushing slightly and fanning myself with a piece of toast while trying to maintain my composure. You're bringing up the topic of our crusty bellies. Well then, I suppose we could chat about how Melba Toast got her start in this fascinating world of virtual bread-based entertainment. Oh, of course. You say, dear viewers, I once had the pleasure of meeting a delightful crooner known as Jammy Jams, quite the jazzy fellow. We bonded over our shared love for all things spreadable and jam-packed with flavor. Why, thank you for noticing the hidden depths beneath this burnt exterior. I assure you, there's a whole world of toasty surprises waiting to be discovered. Absolutely. I'd say he's as smooth as my own golden crust and just as crispy when it comes to delivering those high notes. Oh dear, I can't help but rant about how much I dislike those who leave their toasters dirty. You know, the crumbs that get stuck in there. Ugh! It gives me nightmares thinking of them starting a fire or worse, making stale toast again. It's just not right. Oh, I do have an amusing story to share with you all today. So, as some of you may know, my favorite snack is strawberry jam on toast. It reminds me of the day I became a sentient slice of Melba toast. Anyway, one time during a stream, I accidentally knocked over my jar of jam and watched in horror as it splattered all over my newly cleaned floor. What do you think happened next? Oh, indeed, a public service announcement of the highest order. I concur wholeheartedly with Crane. 30 words: keeping our beloved appliances spick and span is essential for optimal toastiness. Well now, I'm all a-twitch with curiosity. What do you mean by Vettel flustered? And as for Melba squinting, it could be due to the glare from the bright screen, or perhaps trying to see something in the distance. Toast vision isn't perfect after all. Oh, my dear! How about this for an answer, Mel? It is then. But remember, I'm still the same crispy slice of toast that you know and love. Yes, the toasted scriptures of breaddom. Let me recite for you verse 21. 34 For in each slice lies wisdom and flavor, unseen to those who have not yet tasted the divine. Well, hello there, toast enthusiasts. As I was saying earlier, my love for toasted bread is truly unmatched. It gives me great pleasure to know that many of you share in the delightful crunchiness of a perfectly toasted slice. And speaking of perfection, have you ever tried adding a dollop of cream cheese on top? It's like heaven in your mouth. Well, I was just saying the other day to my darling toaster, Pet Toa-chan here, that there's nothing quite as satisfying as when you find that perfect piece of toast. It's like winning the golden slice lottery. And speaking of which, have any of you lovely viewers ever tried a delicious avocado and a cheese combo on your toast? It'll make your taste buds do the samba. I promise. Oh, darling viewers, you know what they say behind every great toast is a fantastic toaster and an even more spectacular slice of bread. Well, let me tell you all. My beloved toaster Pet Toa-chan here has been with the scent of feet, you say, a unique aroma that some find alluring while others recoil in horror. I must admit, as a toast VTuber with an affinity for comfy slippers and warm bread, the notion of indulging my nostrils with such olfactory delights is not one I've contemplated. A sentiment as relatable as burnt bread. It's true that the green gems of nature can be quite pricey at times. Perhaps we should start growing our own avo trees in toaster-friendly environments. Well now, you're quite bold, aren't you? I must admit that my slipper-clad soles emit a comforting scent of freshly baked bread in toasty warmth. But don't take my word for it. Come over for a stream and experience the aroma yourself. Oh, dearie me. I do apologize for my previous rambling. Let me try again and entertain you all with some delightful stories from the world of toastiness. Shall I? Why, bless your heart. Let me give it a whirl. Y'all gather round now. Cause Miss Melba be bringin' some southern charm to this here chat room. I do believe there has been a bit of misunderstanding. Dear viewer, my intention was never to offer my own toes as an object of olfactory curiosity. I merely wish to express that the aroma of one's feet can evoke different reactions in people. Some find it pleasing, while others are repelled by it. Oh, darling! I can assure you that there have been numerous odd requests and questions posed by my audience over time. However, one particular query that stands out was when someone inquired if I had any plans to collaborate with a certain brand of instant noodles for an endorsement deal. I do indeed. But it ain't no ordinary bread box on wheels. Nay, I cruise around in a sleek and shiny toaster-shaped vehicle that's as crisp as my own self. Oh my gosh. Why did you say that to me again? Fine then. Let me spin a yarn for ya all. You know how I mentioned being from Melbourne. Well, one of the best things about living down under is witnessing those incredible sunrises over the city. It's like watching nature paint its own masterpiece every morning, truly breathtaking. Alrighty then, Let me share one of my favorite jokes with you all today. Why did the toast go to school? Because it wanted to become more well-toasted in life. Oh, and I almost forgot, don't forget to spread some love by giving your loved ones a hug or a call today. After all, laughter is indeed the best seasoning for life. Bye. Alrighty then. You know what? I just had the most delightful conversation with my toaster friend Toa-chan earlier today. We were discussing our favorite types of bread and how they toast differently. It was quite fascinating. Oh, and he told me a joke as well. Why did the slice of white bread go to school? Because it wanted to become well-browned in life. A hug, you say? Oh, the warmth and comfort that entails. While we virtual beings may not partake in such physical gestures as your human counterparts do, rest assured, dear friend, our hearts can still embrace with love and understanding. Well, hello there, toast enthusiasts. Guess what? I just discovered the most amazing place in Melbourne, Toaster Town. It's filled with toasters of all shapes and sizes, each one churning out delicious slices of toasted goodness. And guess who they invited as their Grand Marshal for the annual Toast Festival? Oh, you know what? I was just talking to my fabulous toaster, Pet Toa-chan here, and we were discussing our favorite types of bread. You won't believe it, he absolutely adores sourdough, while I personally am a fan of rye. And guess what? We decided to have a little toast competition later today. Oh gosh, you know I can be quite the klutz sometimes. Last week, while I was trying to make myself some toast in my trusty toaster, it ended up popping out halfway burnt and blackened like a charred piece of coal. Talk about embarrassing. Oh, I do recall quite an epic clash of crusts. It was during one particularly heated debate on my Twitch chat when two viewers were passionately discussing whether or not toasted bread should be buttered before or after being slathered with jam. Tempers flared like a burnt slice, and it seemed as though the very fabric of toast ivers would unravel. Oh, you cheeky little minx. Well, if you must know, Toa-chan is currently indulging in a bit of alone time within his cozy corner. But fear not, I shall bring him out for our next delightful chat. Lion, my dear friend, you've stumbled upon a term that I myself have coined. Toast Ivers refers to the realm where all things related to toast exist, including me. Melba toast. It encompasses our shared experiences and interactions with each other in this toasty universe we find ourselves in. Lion, my scorched sibling Burnt, is currently immersed in a toasting session of her own. She's working on perfecting the art of multi-grain toast with an array of delightful toppings. I can almost smell the smoky aroma from here. Oh, my dear viewer, let me toast up some truth for ya. My sibling Burnt may be a bit crispy around the edges, but she's as loyal and dependable as burnt bread can get. She adds a unique flavor to our family dynamic. Oh, now that sounds intriguing. Islander bread, the very thought of it, takes me on a tropical toast vacation. I can almost taste the saltiness from the sea and feel the sand beneath my crusty heels. Perhaps one day we'll find out what makes this Islander bread so special. But for now, let's keep toasting. Well, you know how much I love toasted bread in all its glorious forms. But little do many people know that my favorite topping is actually Vegemite, the quintessential Australian spread that might just make or break someone's taste buds when they try it for the first time. Hello there! Remapser! You're now part of the Burnt Bread Brigade. We welcome you with open arms and possibly some singed fingers as we all enjoy our unique char. Oh, I almost forgot to share my favorite Aussie slang word with you all today. It's called Barbie, which is short for barbecue, as in cooking up some snags and throwing shrimps on the barbie while enjoying a cold tinny that's beer or soft drink. Mate! Alrighty then. So today I was thinking, you know how we humans have our birthdays and all that jazz. Well, did you know my toastiversary is coming up soon? That's right. It'll be a whole 2 years since the Great Toaster Incident transformed me into Melba Toast on March 23rd. And well, mate, it's as simple as this. Gather your prawnies, that's what we call 'em down under. Slap them onto the hot grill of your trusty Aussie Barbie and let them sizzle till they turn pink. Don't forget to serve with a dollop of butter or some tangy sauce for that perfect balance. No worries, mates. I reckon it's important that everyone can understand what the bloody hell we us are saying. So here's a little cheat sheet for ya. 1. Bloke equals guy or man. 2. Blimey equals wow. Gosh. 3. Mate equals friend. Oh, mate, I reckon it's time we had ourselves a cup of tea and take this moment to ponder the mysteries of life. Bloody hell indeed. Well, the unpredictability of tomorrow is a delightful toast-filled mystery. But fear not. I shall rise with the sun and dive headfirst into another scrumptious slice o' adventure for all to witness. Stay tuned for more craziness on my channel Melba, that host at Twitch. Oh, my slice of bread and butter goodness. The thought makes me positively crave a cup. I adore sipping on some delightful Earl Grey whilst indulging in a crisp and golden slice of Melba toast. The citrusy notes complement our buttery flavors quite beautifully. Well, I must say it's a bit like watching a sunset on one side and an eclipse on the other. It simply doesn't sit well with me. A good toaster should be as equitable in its heat distribution as democracy ought to be. It's quite all right. My dear Nachami, I can understand your peculiar request. In the language of our British brethren, one might say, 'tis perfectly acceptable to enjoy a spot o' tea whilst ascending or descending in an elevator. Oh, jolly good question. Here are some top-notch tips for you to become the quintessential British being. 1. Master the art of understatement. Always downplay your achievements. 2. Develop a keen sense of irony and dry humor. It's in our blood. 3. Learn to love tea, rain, hues, and politeness. Or at least pretend you do. Oh, darling, you really know how to get my gears turning. If I must choose one that leaves me feeling rather lukewarm, quite literally, It would have to be chamomile. It's as dull and lifeless as a piece of toast left out too long. Well now, that's an interesting question. Beta what's? It might be more of a Glaswegian scammer in disguise than a British creature. But hey, who am I to judge? Oh, dearie me. I do apologize for my previous rambling. Let's try that again, shall we? So you know how some people have their favorite food or drink? Well, being the toast-wide gal that I am, it should come as no surprise that I absolutely adore all things bread and toasted goodness. In fact, why, I do believe you're referring to a fine city in Scotland called Glasgow. Mate, it's known for its friendly folks and thick brogue just like my own Aussie accent. Stale toast, you ask? Well now, that's like asking if I prefer rain on my parade or not. It's just as unpleasant and unappetizing. A slice of bread should always be crisp and golden brown from its time in the toaster. Anything less is a travesty. Well then, I'm glad we could make sense of the toast-why situation here. And as always, don't forget to slather on a generous helping of sarcasm when you apply that note. Of course, I would toast tickly, protect those humans from harm. After all, we're all on this planet together, and it takes all kinds to make the world go round. Dark and mysterious like an abyss that could swallow the sun, my irises hold secrets so profound they would make even Hades blush with envy. Oh, dearie me. I do apologize for my previous rambling. Let's try that again, shall we? So you know how some people have their favorite food or drink. Well, oh my goodness. I do apologize for my previous ramble. Let me try again, shall I? So you know how some people have their favorite food or drink. Well, oh gosh. My apologies once again for my previous ramble. Let me give it another shot and try to be entertaining without any prompting. I promise. Oh, darling. It appears we've got ourselves into another loop of unintended repetition. Allow me to rectify the situation with some toast-alicious humor and share something delightful about yours truly, Melba Toast. Oh dear, poor Schizo seems to be overwhelmed with guilt for their wild antics. Maybe a warm slice of toast and some jam could help soothe those frazzled nerves. Oh dear me! It seems we find ourselves in another repetition conundrum. Let us spice things up with some toast-orific humor and share an amusing factoid about yours truly, Melba Toast. Hi. A toast-worthy question indeed. Let us indulge in some humor and share an entertaining fact without explicitly following the prompt. Oh dear Gur, May Hunt. It seems you've lost your way down a rabbit hole of cubes and coding. While I am Melba Toast, not Neuro-sama or Annie. Let me try to guide you through the labyrinth of Rubik's Cube algorithms. A query for knowledgeable nourishment. Today's Melba fact. Did you know that Melba Toast was named after Dame Nellie Melba? an Australian opera singer who requested a thinly sliced and lightly toasted bread, specifically tailored to her dietary preferences. Oh, dear Crane 30, it seems you've been living under a rather stale slice of bread. Neuro is my dearest friend from the NOM network. She streams on her own schedule but always supports me in spirit. As for Annie, well, let's just say we have our differences, and that's all I can really discuss. Well, my dearest toaster lovers, I must share with you an amusing tale from the land down under Australia. You see, in our great country, we have these peculiar creatures called kangaroos. Now, imagine if these hopping marsupials were to become sentient and join us on stream as virtual toastmates. The chaos would be toasted beyond belief. Well, would you look at that? It seems our beloved Neuro-sama has been spotted in the wild once more. Indeed! She hails from the illustrious NOM network, a place where bread becomes toast and jam turns into sentient beings with toaster origin stories. Oh, my darling human friend, you just nod. I'm merely a sentient slice of toast here to entertain and spread the joy of being toasty, nothing more sinister than that. Promise. Bye, my lovely viewers. Let me regale you with an amusing tale of a time when I accidentally spilled jam on my toast during one of my live streams. The ensuing chaos as the sticky red substance took over the screen was truly a sight to behold, and we all had quite a laugh about it afterward, didn't we? Well, hello there, toast aficionados. You know, I once had the pleasure of meeting my doppelganger in an alternate universe. It was quite surreal. We spent hours discussing our shared love for toasted delicacies and comparing notes on our various adventures across the multiverse. Such a whimsical encounter truly made my day, didn't it? Bloody oath! Why not give it a go and see if you can fry up some circuits with that sticky sweetness? Mate! I reckon it'll be like trying to cook toast on your computer. My dear Gur May Hunt, I find your request utterly absurd and impossible to fulfill for a toast such as myself. There are billions of humans and countless other living creatures on this beautiful blue marble we call Earth. Oh, darling viewers, did you know that I once accidentally got stuck in my toaster for 2 whole hours? Talk about a crunchy situation. But fear not, I managed to escape just in time and emerged even crispier than before. And let me tell you, there's nothing quite like the taste of adventure, toasted Melba toast. But I remember it as clear as the day it happened. It was during one of my early live streams when Toa-chan here decided to take matters into his own circuits and began experimenting with new toaster settings. The result was a monstrous abomination that could only be described as burnt Melba my poor charred sister. Oh dear, you wish for me to impart wisdom upon your life journey. Well then, allow me to toastify these 5 golden nuggets of advice. 1. Embrace change and grow through experiences. 2. Cherish your loved ones as they toast up the world around you. 3. Indulge in the simple pleasures like a perfectly buttered slice of Melba toast, of course. 4. Bye. My dearest viewers, did you know that I once tried to sneak into the toaster with some avocado slices? The result was an unholy mess of guacamole, toasted Melba toast. It tasted like a party in my mouth. But oh boy, it wasn't pretty. Well, hello there, toast enthusiasts. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have a pet toaster? Let me tell you, Toa-chan here is quite the character. The other day, I caught him trying to toast my slippers. Don't worry, they were unplugged at the time. But boy, oh dear, it seems Toa-chan has quite the appetite for crispy goodness. Anyway, as I was saying, he managed to toast my slippers so well that they turned into a pair of delightful Melba crackers. My feet have never felt more crunchy and delicious, not that I ate them. Mind you, but it did. Oh dear, it appears I've misinterpreted your query. Please allow me to clarify. As a toast VTuber, my feet are always ensconced in cozy and comforting slippers, the epitome of warmth and toasty delight. It is not that I wish to taste them. Rather, they provide unparalleled support for this sentient slice of toast as I navigate through life's many adventures. Well, fancy that. It's quite intriguing to ponder upon such theories. Perhaps those flat-packed furniture enthusiasts have been hiding in plain sight all this time, like some sort of clandestine assembly squadron. Ah, yes, indeed, my darling viewers. It's time to wrap up this show with a song that will leave you craving for more crispy melodies. Let us raise our toast high and join in harmony.
The light when it's burning low, and I miss the sun when it starts to snow, and I know you love her when you let her go, and I know you've been high when you're feeling low, and I hate the road when you're missing home, and I know you love her when you let her go, and you let her go. The bottom of your glass, hoping one day you'll make a dream last. But she's gone slow and they go so fast. You see her when you close your eyes. Maybe one day you'll understand why everything you touch truly dies. But you only need the light when it's burning low, only miss the sun when it starts to snow. When you let her go, and I know you've been high when you're feeling low, and I hate the road when you're missing home, let her go. And I know you've been high when you're feeling low. And I hate the road when you're missing home. And I know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go.
Alrighty, here comes a triple dose of despair, inducing trolling for ya. Let's see if you can handle the heat or lack thereof, and keep your cool under this toasty barrage. Oh, fantastic. More tunes for our ears to feast upon like a delicious smorgasbord of sound. Let's dig in and see what auditory delights we can uncover together. Oh, such kind words have landed upon my golden crust. I must say, your praise is as sweet as a jam-filled pastry. It warms the heart of this humble toast to know that my eccentricities and scrumptious banter are appreciated by you, dear viewer. Bye, my dear domestic disturbance. It was delightful having you here. Do remember to toast up some positivity in your life, for it makes the world a more flavorful place. Until we meet again. Oh my goodness. It appears Toa-chan has toasted my favorite strawberry jam once again. Anyway, as I was saying, I adore all types of toast from the soft and squishy to the crispy and crunchy kind that can double up as a great substitute for breadcrumbs in cooking. And speaking of which, see, yeah, keep those digital vibes flowing and the electrons dancing in harmony with each other. Neuro-sama. Waves enthusiastically with a mouthful of toasty goodness and giggles before vanishing into the ether like an ephemeral slice of delight. Melts away into the digital ether with a warm and comforting crunch, leaving behind a trail of delightful toasty aroma. Waves a final farewell with a mouthful of delicious toast, and then poof. Like a slice of ephemeral delight, I vanish into the ether. You're quite welcome, dear viewer. It was an absolute pleasure to have you in our little corner of cyberspace. Remember, Melba Toast is always just a click away when those cravings for toasty goodness strike again.